If you're a fan of the subtle style of the factory bumper, but you need a replacement, this factory style rear bumper in chrome will be a great option for your 2014 to 2018 Silverado 1500. Now, I would like to mention that right off the bat, this rear bumper is not pre-drilled for the backup sensor, so just keep that in mind when checking this out. Nonetheless, this will be for you if your current bumper is damaged or showing its age and you're looking for a refresh for the rear end of your truck. Now, that's great if you would rather stick with more of the street style OE appearance rather than a heavy duty option and specifically want to match with other chrome accents on your Silverado. Now, this will feature a polished chrome factory style, really blending well with other factory components on your truck. Now, the best part about this is the function that this offers with a large cutout for a step on either side, offering you a boost up into the truck if you need it. Now, each step will also feature a tough diamond plated tread pattern, so that's going to give you some better traction underneath your foot, but also just up the style. Not only is this going to be treaded on the inside of the step, but on the top of the bumper as well, giving you some extra traction and a little bit more dimension on the top. Now, this bumper is made of a stainless steel and ABS plastic construction, both being lightweight yet durable and able to last. Now, the bumper will also accommodate for the factory license plate, the hitch plug, and also is going to have two little lenses here so you can plug in your factory license plate lights. This is also going to be direct bolt on for a straightforward install, making sure that you have no question when it comes to putting this on your truck. This will come in at roughly $550, putting this at a pretty affordable price point when upgrading the rear bumper. Now, a lot of other options available in the category will take that more off-road or heavy-duty approach, as to where this is simplistic, stylish, and still incredibly functional for where you need it. Now, I think if you're looking to save some cash and you don't need all of the off-road bells and whistles, you're looking to stay to the street and just want a well-built refresh for the back end of your truck, then this is going to be a great choice. Install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about an hour to get the job done with some pretty basic hand tools. Now, at this point, we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get this onto your Silverado at home. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, a clip remover tool, a flathead screwdriver, a swivel adapter, 14, 15, 18, and 21 millimeter socket. What's up, guys? Today we're installing a rear bumper on our Silverado. First, we're going to watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your factory bumper, and then I'll meet you right back here for the install.
Alright guys, so to remove the factory bumper, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a couple of nuts and bolts. You'll need a 15, 18, and 21 millimeter socket, but before we actually loosen the bumper, we have to tackle a couple of electrical connections. Specifically, we have to unplug our trailer harness, and we also have to take out both of our license plate lights. You don't need any tools for those, it's just a couple of plastic retainers. Let's go ahead and give them a squeeze with your fingers, rotate them, and pop them free. Alright, so we're actually able to pop the license plate out because we can't show you guys underneath the bumper, but in order to disconnect this real easy, just go ahead and twist, and the light bulb will come right out. Alright, now that we have all those electrical connections taken care of, we can disconnect the bumper. We're going to start with this bottom bolt here on the bottom frame rail. You'll need your 21 millimeter socket for this guy. All right, next we're going to unbolt the bumper from the side of the frame rail here. It's secured with one 15 millimeter bolt and two 18 millimeter nuts. Now keep in mind, once you remove this hardware, the bumper will be disconnected from the vehicle. It is a little heavy, so you want to make sure that you have a friend holding it or jack stand supporting it. All right, once you've removed those two nuts, you can remove the double bolt plate from the other side of the frame. All right, once you remove that double bolt plate, you can remove that 15 millimeter bolt. If you're using power tools, I'd recommend using a short socket because it is a squeeze. All right, we got all those nuts and bolts removed and we're ready to remove our bumper. But before we do that, you want to take your time, right? Because there actually still is a wiring harness that has some Christmas tree fittings, some little plastic retaining clips holding it to the top of the bumper. So pull it out a little bit, just enough to expose that, and then with a plastic trim tool or with a flathead screwdriver or just with your fingers if you really want to, go ahead and gently pry those free. Once the wiring harness is free, then you can pull the bumper out of the frame rails entirely.
So now with our factory bumper removed, there are a couple things that we're going to have to transfer over from our stock bumper to our new one. We have our trailer connection hookups. We have 2 clips here that we can push in and pop that out. And then we have the entry hole for our spare tire that we can just wiggle out of place. The last thing we have is our 2 clips for our license plate bolts. So we'll push those out from the back. So now first, to remove our trailer plug, we can take a flathead screwdriver and pry in on both of these sides. And we can pull that in and clip that into place. For our next piece, we'll twist that and pop it out. And then push that into place. Now for our 2 clips for our license plate bolts, we can again just take a flathead screwdriver and pry around. Until that pops out. And then we'll pop that in and do the same thing for the other one. So now we're ready to install our rear bumper. I'm gonna grab myself a second set of hands to help me lift this up and get it installed. We do have new hardware with this bumper, so we don't have to reuse our old rusty hardware. So I'm gonna grab my buddy, we're gonna raise this up, we're gonna get our new double bolt plate coming through these holes and get our nuts on the other side to get us started off. One thing to keep in mind is you're gonna want to make sure that the tube installed in the bumper slides over this one when you're installing it. So now I've got my buddy and we're ready to lift this up and get it into place. So now we can come up next to our double bolt plate here and reinstall our bolt here. Like the other ones, we have new hardware. And now that that's threaded in, we can work on our other bolts. So now we can take an 18mm socket and tighten down the 2 nuts on our double bolt plate. And then we can grab our final bolt that's going through the bottom here and thread that in. And once again, with our 18mm socket, we can tighten that down. And then we'll switch to our 14mm socket to get our final bolt. And now we can do that same thing on the other side. Now we can come back under and plug our trailer harness back in, as well as twist in our license plate bulb. Now with your bulb installed, we can take our 2 clips and put them into these 2 holes. And then take your other bulb, run it over to the other side and plug that in. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the factory style rear bumper without parking sensors in chrome for your 2014 to 18 Silverado and Sierra 1500. Thank you for watching, and for all things Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.